It is almost 6 a.m. I do not ever, ever, ever want to go to bed. See how that's how I've lived my almost my entire adult life with black garbage bags taped. I think years ago I used to hide it better, but now I get so desperate I don't care what it looks like anymore. Nobody sees it anymore. Black garbage bags taped on the windows to keep the light out. Should I take some L-theanine? Um, now I have no water to swallow this with. Hang on, sorry. Yeah, I do not ever, ever, ever want to go to bed because there's things wrong. I shouldn't be drinking this distilled water because it's so hard to carry it home. Normally I don't drink it, but hang on. So, oh God, I'm so tired. Just depleted. You know, this rash. Oh my gosh, it looks like I'm wearing a comb over, like an old man combs over to cover the bald spot. There, that's better. Gosh, someday I will be wearing a comb over. My hair's gotten so weak and thin. The rash in my hair that I've talked about, like just every inch of my scalp has a rash and it's itchy. I feel it like internally I'm like imploding or exploding internally. Like I'm just so agitated, I'm almost losing my mind. I think I am full of yeast, like a candida overgrowth. So I'm going to pick up the oral yeast infection medication tomorrow. Flucazone or something, but I don't think I got a long enough duration because I didn't know about it. I didn't read enough before I went into the doctor's, and had I read, I would have asked for more, and he probably would have agreed. Pardon me. Anyways, I saw my doctor. He said he's going to try to approach the neurosurgeon about potential decompression surgery. I said, you know, if I were your daughter or your wife or your sister, what would you think in this situation? Would you go for a trach or a decompression surgery? And he knows what I know. Decompression surgery is, he would go for the decompression surgery. Decompression surgery is far more dangerous than a trach because there are people who lose their lives from this surgery or have horrific complications afterwards or CSF leaks afterwards or end up in nursing homes or they don't survive. A trach is, pretty, I mean, you can do certain damage during a trach and stuff, but it's not like you're damaging the brain, right? You're not going to highly unlikely you'll end up in a nursing home if you're injured, from a trach. And he said, yeah, like someday, a patient like you might not wake up because of oxygen issues. And I'm 100% aware of that. He didn't say that to me. He said, you know, like potentially talking to the neurosurgeon, like, yeah, I've got this patient, like, she's suffering from oxygen issues. Like, potentially she might not wake up one of these days. Like, I asked him if he thought age, my age would be a factor, and a factor that they might not want to do. He didn't think so. I think so. He doesn't think that that would be you know, a circumstance that would make them not want to do it. But it depends, right? Some doctors devalue uh, women because of their age. Some doctors, like, I've told the story before. I'll tell it to you tomorrow. This horrible story of what this ER doctor said to this young woman. Um, yeah, there are doctors who devalue women over 50. Don't think that they're worth the resources. You know, there are days, there's been hundreds and hundreds of days where right now, I would put my shoes on and go lay my head on an operating table to have it cut open to get the Chiari surgery done. There have been hundreds of days like that. And it's not that I'm not suffering right now, because I'm suffering like a dog, and it I've got so many agitating health issues going on at once. Like, just, when you have an itch that you can't scratch. Well, I've got like literally more than a dozen health issues that are agitating like that, right? Like MCAS and the sleep issue and the internal overgrowth of candida. um you know just There's so many things agitating that I could just snap or lose my mind. Like, I'm amazed I haven't lost my mind. Like, totally bat shit crazy, and hauled off in a white coat, right? With in a straight jacket. Like, the amount the amount that I have stretched my patience and my endurance for suffering is just, like, I can't believe I'm still here. It is so hard to be here. But you know what? I don't want the system to win. After everything I've been through, I don't want the system to win. And going back to the surgery, like there's so many days where I would walk into a surgeon, walk into a hospital, lay my head down, do it, let's do it. Even if it means death, I am suffering to that. And, you know, when I was talking to my doctor, I'm thinking, damn, like, why can't a trach just be the fix? And don't get me wrong, I've had lots of people say to me, having a trach is the best thing I've ever done. It gave me my life back. And there have been other people who have said, I I'd rather be dead than have this trach. Like it's just a nightmare. I've had a doctor tell me he'd rather not be here than have a trach. That's how terrible one doctor considers having a trach, like just horrific. Yeah, well, you say that until, you know, if someone offered you today, would you rather die or would you have a trach? What decision would you make? I'd rather have a trach and get on with my life. Start sleeping again but I don't I want that to be the solution. But it's probably not the solution. And the risks are high with decompression surgery. Like, no one should be underestimating the risks. And what the public doesn't know is, there are good outcomes and there are bad outcomes. It's not like going and getting your broken leg fixed and 99% of the legs turn out okay. It's the statistics are not 99 out of 100, and it's a huge risk. Mind you, there's no way I can continue like this. I cannot believe I'm here for another winter. I you know, soon enough spring will be coming. I can't believe that I will probably be here to see another spring. I can't believe I'm still here. Right now, I feel like someone is just crushing my head. Uh like, just I am so sick from lack of sleep. And I I've got clonazepam, uh whatever, Zopiclone, whatever. I cannot take anything because my throat will close. I can't take these drugs. And doctors will fight against that notion. They've I could get any sleeping pill. I've had literally I've had doctors give me, what are the old fashioned ones that people used to get terribly addicted to? Um a drug classification. Barbiturates. Barbiturates. Like phenobarbital. I have had everything given to me for sleep. Every I could get literally any drug, and I have had every single drug there is known to mankind for sleep. Everything. I know I can't take drugs, and doctors don't get it. And those that do, they know. They know that I know. They know that, my life is at risk with these drugs. My throat is closing awake after I take a piece of a sleeping pill. I wish I could take, but I'm in trouble. If I take a sleeping pill, I'm up all night trying to keep my throat open. It escalates me into crisis, like worse crisis. Anyways, I have to stop at 15 minutes. That's all that this app will let me load. So wish me luck, wish me sleep. Good night.